idea behind this project came to be because of my undergraduate career so far, because I'm studying Geodesy and Geomatics in Rio, and I'm a military student. So one thing I noticed was how the operations were planned in the Brazilian army, and how they were explained to the soldiers. Usually, the planning is done mostly with the traditional paper map, and it can be done by someone whose only idea of what I can do with the map is I am here, I want to go there, and there's a street in between. And this could be much improved with what we have in GIS, and should be incorporated in the process. And then explaining what the soldiers are supposed to do, we usually use what we call a sandbox, which is in the picture, which is a sandbox of colored sand, shaped almost kind of like the terrain. And the soldiers are explaining what they're supposed to do. And this is time consuming and depends on the ability of who's doing it. And also there was in the last few years the rise of the called apps, which are programs or applications that are simple to use and do very few specific tasks tailored at a specific audience, a specific clientele. So me and my colleagues back in Rio decided we make this process better by creating a platform that was simple to use with a few tools to help high command tailor the orders to the terrain, and the lower command to explain these orders to the soldiers, who in Brazil usually can not even have high school. So this is the sketch for the program. We will read a text or CSV file containing the information of the terrain. Then we can do some processing, like calculate the straight distance between 2 points, finding the terrain profile, the visibility map, and the shortest gentle path, and display this all in a 2.5D map. For this, we needed to create some minor functions, like in and out functions for reading and writing text files. In our case, we need the file to be formatted as this, with 1 point per line and the coordinates separated by a blank space. A CSV file reader and writer, which instead of blank space uses a comma. Internal format converters to convert between strings, doubles, and point classes used throughout the program. And internal geometric functions to make it easier to do the more complex ones. The first of the big functions would be the straight distance, which is a simple straight distance calculator between 2 points, which uses include tensile shot calculation, which would be a shot where the gravity doesn't matter for a medium range rifle or radio ranges. And one of the important things you need to know when you're planning an operation is what can you see when you're there. To choose where you should position your troops and where you should go, where are the sensitive spots. To do this, we used an idea from a professor at Brazil's Applied Mathematics Institute, which is basically you connect the 2 points where you're at and what you're trying to see with a straight line, and if all the points in this straight line are above the terrain, then you can see the other point. If not, you cannot see it, like you can see here, the examples. And then we do this this verification from where we're testing to each point of our terrain. and have a list of what can we see and what we cannot. This is an example with a DTM from the city of Fredericton. We're at the red dot, and at terrain level we can see the blue dots. And 5 meters above terrain level and 10 meters above terrain level. This was done using ArcGIS because the visualization part of the program is not ready yet. And as I said, it's used for true positioning and can use also for communications tower positioning, what areas will be covered by the comm tower. And one other thing that we thought of adding to it was also checking if the point you're trying to look at is close enough. Because in the case of a comm tower, there's a range restriction, and also you can have foggy weather, so you can't incorporate that into your analysis. Then we have the mobility aimed routines. One is the terrain profile, which would be the path you would go through if you get a compass and follow a constant azimuth. For doing this, we choose 2 points, project them onto the horizontal plane, divide the straight line connecting the projections into a number of points, and for each point, we draw the vertical line and see where it intersects our surface. And we keep doing this, and then we connect the points, and we have our profile. These were the results for different numbers of points between 2 points in our city of Fredericton. The first one is for 10 points, then for 100, 1,000, and 10,000 points between the 2 points we chose. You can see that after 100, the shape of the profile is very similar in this scale. And also, as expected, the length of the profile changes less and less, because with more points we approximate better the terrain. Up until 10,000 points, we have really fast run times. They're almost instantaneous. We ask the program to run, and promptly it will return the profile. But if we go further, it starts to get slower, and the gain in precision is not something that would justify having a slower routine, because from 1,000 to 10,000 points, the difference was only 10 centimeters, and that for a foot soldier is nothing. It's less than a foot. And it's good, the terrain profile, because for low training, with soldiers with low training, it's easy to get a compass and follow a constant azimuth instead of going around and things like that. So this is useful. And one enhancement we want to add is checking if this profile is according to a slope constraint. If we know that our soldiers can go up a hill that's given at a given slope, then we check this, and if not, we have to do something, or go another way, or give them specific equipment to scale them up. Then what if the terrain is too steep? Well, if we can't go through the path that is easiest to follow with almost no equipment, we might as well go to the shortest path from one point to another that obeys that restriction. And for doing so, an algorithm that I found with the help of my supervisor is from a gentleman from Hong Kong University. That's basically you build a list of the triangle sequences on your GoNav that you can use to go from where you're at to where you want to go. And in these sequences, you find the shortest gentle path and maintain the one that's shortest. The problem with this is that the algorithm is much more complex than what it seems. And also, if the path is not the shortest one, there must be more than one path. You have to, more than one that suits your needs. Because, for example, in this command, we want to go from the bottom point to the upper point. And if we can't go through the black dotted line, which would be the shortest because it's too steep, then and for example, the blue dotted line would be a shortest path that obeys the slope constraint, and necessarily both the red one and the green ones are the same size and also obey the slope constraint. So we have multiple paths, we have to find one. This is the problem I've been having with this routine. And then we have to visualize our results. I have worked with OpenGL or Open Graphics Library in previous works that eventually this one. But I use a different programming language, so I'm having trouble translating to Java. And then I have to integrate it with the tools I already have. That there still needs to be done is finishing the SUV, the shortest gentle path, finish the visualization, integrate the tools and the visualization with the graphical user interface that's being developed by one of my colleagues. And also we can combine the tools into secondary tools like adding the distance projection to the visualization map, and adding also the visualization map to the paths, so you can find where are the sensitive spots in a path. And I like to finish with a quote that has been with me throughout this project, that success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And now if anyone has any questions.
Questions?
How did you haven't had any failures so far, right?
So you expect this outcome?
Good. This is a very good presentation, a very good project. One question is the following. This processing now is done in the main memory of your device, whatever it is. It is a computer, later on it will be a tablet or even a mobile phone. So there are some limitations there because this main memory might not be big enough for let's say accommodating all this data and also do the processing. So are you planning to extend these methods and also include some, let's say, somehow involve the secondary memory as well in more efficient data structures?
I haven't thought about that part, but as the analysis will be held by the high command, what it's intended to go into this is to save the results. So when you're explaining the orders, you don't have to process anything. You can just load it all and show what you plan to do.
Thank you.
I have a question, a little bit regarding that, but what do you use for your baseline data? Do you have a map of the areas where you're going to be making, like let's say, the operations will be, like, is that, or is it just a practical one now and that will be implemented later? And like Dr. Stefanakis said, the hardware that will be used for later with, is it tablets, computers? Do the soldiers or the officers or the superiors have access to those? Is that something that's going to be appropriate later? And on top of that, do you have to be connected to a network?
You don't have to be connected to a network. All I've been doing was on a common i5 processor, so common laptop.
Oh, just the baseline data. Like, I mean, but that's, I think that's just.
I'm using examples of data.
Yeah. So you're hoping that later on.
Darby has arguments that can collect this data, so I could be asking right now.
And for last minute order changes, you said it will not be processed in the field. I know that a lot of times you get orders that you're not in the office by the computer, and all of a sudden you have to change it.
Yeah, so this would be for when you to substitute the paper map that would go into the ranking officer plane and to substitute the sandbox. When you have time to do the sandbox, you have time to open a computer and you're in the base.
Oh, don't worry about it. I know all the sandbox.
Any more questions? Yeah.
You're coding this in Java, but you mentioned that it's not your first programming language. I'm just curious what your first programming language
I was using Python.
is. Python, yeah.